may be recorded for quality purposes.
You get a part number retail price for a main control board for a Frigidaire. Model number is going to be Papa, Lima, Golf, Sierra, 3, 8, 9, Echo, Charlie, Delta.
And you said the main board?
Yes, the main control board and also the regulator and safety stack.
I can give you the part number for that main board, but unfortunately it has been discontinued.
All right. Well, I do thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No. Is the safety stack still available? And the regulator? I'm thinking those are mechanical, so those should still be available.
Looks like they're showing 2 safety thermostats on here. And they are both still available.
Okay. So I do thank you. And what is the retail price for it?
So for one of the safety thermostats is $76.55. The other one is $18.27. And then the pressure regulator is $77.07.
Okay. Well, I do thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. You have a great rest of your day.
I will. Bye now.
Yeah, just like myself and others, the question that we are all pondering, the industry of appliance repair and parts, sustainability of our parts when purchasing replacement parts. Question that I've been challenged to figure out and to also answer is, why is it that our appliances, our brand new appliances, are practically cheaper and high-end value versus mid-range and low-end? They're actually cheaper than what we used to pay 5 to 10 years ago in high-end status. We were comfortable paying $2,000 for high-end because we knew that the parts would be available and it wouldn't be that expensive. And we can do a repair probably about, maybe at the most, half the cost new. But for whatever reason, well, current times and events, for all the reasons of the current times and advancement of electronics and technology, and moving forward in the advancement of just economics, and the problems we're having with obtaining raw materials for electronic control boards to be manufactured on the level in which Intel in Oregon just received the EUV machine that's making all of the next revolution of electronics. That machine has been in operation since, I believe, it's 6 months now.
Thank you for calling Reliable Parts.
And so
Ashley, how can I help you?
this is at the beginning phase of the change out. And the machine that we're talking about is a lithography machine. And that's the machine that makes the control boards, keeping it on a general level. In the description, I'll put the link that will break it down into a more in-depth detail for those who want to know what's going on with these electronic control parts and boards. And all of our supplies right this time are, well, minimum wage is $30,000 a year. So keeping up with inflation, those parts are marked up. Current times and economics are marked up based off of our minimum wage. In our area, in our region, our minimum wage is $15 an hour. $130 for an 8-hour day.
So I can give you the part number for that main board, but unfortunately it has
in replacing parts, contractors are used to getting parts relatively cheaper by 62%. I've seen over the years these parts are now being sold at regular price for a contractor's discounted price and an additional markup because of inflation, about 45%.
Yeah, the regulator is.
And that's just constantly doing part checks of retail purchase new and doing parts checks of what components are available for repairs. They're almost balancing out equal. And some of the major components, which we are generally easy access to, well, those components are 80% of appliances.
Yeah, the regulator
2005,
is.
2010, stretching to 2015. It seems to me a good portion of those products that we would sustain as a repair, those are the products that are now being taken out of the homes, and they're not being repaired because the parts cost practically the same price as the brand new purchase of the machine. And then what's so extra attractive is that the savings of a high-end machine has now been discounted down to mid-range prices, in which you can buy a high-end machine, that the machines that we couldn't afford at the time, that we saved up or maybe use our tax returns to purchase as a big buck purchase, save up item purchase. Well, those items are now reasonable, under, I see on average, they're keeping those prices regular price discounted to under $1,000 that we normally would have spent regular price $1,200. And in times when these first came out, you would have spent, and those out there remember when they used to spend $2,000 for these units, $1,500 at the minimum, because we wanted good quality machines. And so this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm reporting. And so until these new appliances come out and then they break, and then those parts are capable of being manufactured because it's transistors, LCD screens, not lights, not jingles or pretty buttons anymore. These are now TV screens, similar to your cell phone, similar to your Wi-Fi connections, advanced notice. Some appliances will even notify service through your third-party provider, which I'm sure they're going to have a service network put together to notify automatically that the appliance that you purchase, and these are concept designs in the workings, or if they don't already exist and haven't been reported yet, but the product will actually notify you, may even go as far as notifying you when there's a problem, notifying you when a part is failing. It may even go as far as ordering the part, notifying you that a part has been ordered, providing income via PayPal, Zelle, all of these internet financial digital wallets that are coming out, and have the part shipped to your home with a date and time in which the authorized personnel of that name brand will be at your home to install the part for you, whether it be under warranty or if you have a third party out of warranty provider for a maintenance plan. And so the advancements of the industry and the new convenience of service for the younger generation, so that the older generation will finally stop complaining about these appliances that are not repairable. And so it takes a 15 to 20-year process to do a complete phase out. And so the generation of which was mine, of 2000, early 2000 in the industry, and as far as social development and expectations of purchases and maintenance and retain as a young homeowner in the age group of 35 to 40, maybe, or maybe even younger. Well, these are the changes in which are being prepared for their experiences of their appliance repairs and not an appliance nightmare. And so, one thing I do notice that we have to have in place is a large provider, such as Sears, in that aptitude nationwide. And that way we can have more control. We can have a consumer report input on the design and the purchase of the repair of the new part, purchase of the part replacement to do a repair. I think because that old model is destroyed and inflation says $30,000 for minimum wage and life expenses have increased, they are expecting us to settle for these high prices without explanation. And this has been the case for the last 5 years that I've seen. And that would be upon checking on price check for repairs, finding out that the electronics current to date, 80% of the boards are non-available. Current to date, 20% of the boards are retail purchased as much as $400 to $500 in comparison to retail purchase, in which you can buy mid-range products for low-end prices discounted $300, $400, $500, depending on if it's a large appliance such as refrigerators. Refrigerators, on average, savings are about $400. The washers and dryers, on average, savings are about $250. And the other appliances that follows, they'll follow the same model. They'll be discounted to what a repair would be. And in some cases, the repairs are about what the cost of the appliance is by less than $75 or maybe even $175, because the part is $250. You add another $100 of labor and service or trip charge, and that would be half the cost or 3/4 the cost, depending on what they're charging. So these are our current times and conditions in which we have to adjust. And the more we use our sources that we have available, such as the media, social media outlets, and all the other platforms, that should help curb some of this anxiety of having to do another purchase of a new appliance within 3 years, which sounds normal now. 5 years ago, my generation would have had a fit about that. Now, I don't mind age dating myself. And so, yes, I have a difficult time accepting this change out, but once it's completed, then things will settle and we'll get back to normal. We'll be able to access parts online. We'll know how to access parts online individually. The goal is self-sustainability. The goal is independency. The goal is to be able to do as much as your own repairs as possible. DIY. That was the start of the revolution of doing your repairs. Using YouTube as a YouTube tutorial is not a very good idea, but I use it for general information. We can all now at least talk on the same general level so I can at least understand the process versus someone charging me a certain amount of money because of tradition, and they don't know why the control board fails, and then they don't know why the part's no longer available, and then they don't know what to offer you as a solution, or even how to just walk away from a situation. Basically, we have to replace. If it's an electronic issue, you're going to end up replacing that unit. And so we can get the old appliances out of the homes. Unfortunately, that's what's going on. And those are our raw materials. The advancement of electronics are now in full throttle, full steam ahead. Looking forward to our future. Touch control, sensory control. Appliance of all future appliances. Concept design. This would be the EUV design with the touch panel control. Family hub, that is the refrigerator design in which the new electronics that are being developed will resemble a television screen, touchpad control, hand sensory, touchscreen sensory, Bluetooth, RF, Wi-Fi. That's the direction we're going. The future. Gives you the ideal of having a panel in front. That is what this design is for. Presents you the ideal of having a screen on your refrigerator. Great deals. This is the time to purchase. $24% off. Great deals. Definitely the change of designs and systems.
This also has something called loading, which is a detergent reservoir